and Pest Control. Our family protecting your family.
Powered by Panama City Toyota. Your home for Auburn Tiger basketball. WGSX Lynn Haven. WVLQ Port St. Joe. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Lights, camera, action.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Do you know who I am?
Live and local inside the J. Michaels studio.
People know me.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Messing with stuff in there already, aren't you? Did you miss me? I missed you. Yeah, I bet.
I'm gonna make it wet. Say hot tub.
Hey.
Rubber dub and hot tub. Rubber dub and me. Shaking hot tub.
Yeah.
Will you make me sweat?
Yeah.
Shaking hot tub.
Get in.
Will you make me wet?
Well. And good morning and welcome to 104.3 ESPN Northwest for the home of the Auburn Tigers. Don't forget, every Thursday, 8:15, the voice of the Auburn Tigers, Andy Bertram. He'll be in a good mood. They put it on the Alabama Crimson Tide. We know who number one is.
And Kentucky lost, too.
Kentucky did. Who beat them?
Longhorns.
Go Horns. Go Horns, baby. Go Horns.
I was like, what?
Yeah. Was that Texas' first SEC win in basketball? Wasn't it? Something like that. Anyway.
Ouch.
Hey, it's base. We got him yet?
No.
Oh, well, waiting on you.
Okay. Wait on me.
We got a brand new baseball coach that everybody knows, a legend around these parts. South Walton's baseball coach. He's going to join us every Monday at 7 o'clock, talking about what's going on with South Walton. They got a shot to do something special this year like they always do in baseball. But, Chad, think about it. You've been around here so long. All these baseball coaches we have, it's incredible. The Bay County coaches are the best in the state. South Walton, he's right up there, as good as anybody in the state. So we got great coaches this part of the country, and they do an incredible job. We're known for baseball. The Panhandle's known for. We used to be known for football. Now we're known for baseball.
Well, we need to be known for football and baseball.
Maybe we can make that happen. Introduce our special guest this morning.
We've got a guest this morning that is a personal friend of mine, and when I say personal, it's my best friend from home. I mean, we've been friends how long? How many years?
How old are you?
Yeah, how old are you?
We grew up in church together, competed on separate high school football teams and baseball teams and that kind of thing. Anyway, he just retired as an official with the Southern Conference. I got that right, didn't I? And he did some SEC games here and there, that kind of thing. But hopefully we're going to get to ask him some questions later today. But we've got Rob Bearfield here with us.
Rob, thank you for coming. We
Happy to be
appreciate
here.
it. And you look a lot better than what he talked about. You said he was kind of scrawny. He looks good. He looks like he's in shape. And before we get going, I got to make this announcement. Lorelei kept me up all night. Lorelei Layton, Lorelei Hale. And I told you, we took both granddaughters last night to a movie, Layton, Belle, Lorelei. And it was really good. So if you got granddaughters or kids, it's called Paddington, I believe is the name of it. Go see it. It's a good family movie. I think you guys enjoying it. And then my granddaughters are off today, and they're listening to us right now, and I appreciate that. Love you, girls. Rob, you both grew up in Georgia?
Columbus, Georgia.
Columbus,
yeah.
Georgia, kind of like near Auburn. What was your favorite college football team?
I grew up as an Alabama fan.
I love him.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, brother. Roll Tide. Now, are you young enough to know about Paul Bear Bryant?
Oh, my goodness.
The legend.
Young enough.
I mean, y'all a lot younger than I am. I mean,
No, we know.
I should have said old enough to know about Paul Bear Bryant. Are we working on getting Coach?
He's working.
Coach, we're trying. Our phones are messed up. We're doing the best we can. Chad, talk for a minute. Let me look up something.
I was sitting here trying to post something on Facebook. To our listeners, you can see us Facebook Live if you go to ESPN 104.3 Northwest Florida. You can watch us Facebook Live, especially first thing Monday morning while we're trying to get our act together. Anyway, Rob, tell us a little bit about football officiating. You've done some college football officiating, and I'm sure there are plenty of people out here that would have multiple questions, and I'm sure you've answered several during your time? What's your most popular question that you get?
What is targeting?
What is targeting?
Everybody wants to understand targeting, and we don't even understand what it is.
I have two. Coach, we're calling you just in a second. We got two Buckeye guys that come in here on Tuesdays. One owns a big business that does really well, Max Fit Sports Nutrition, and the Georgia game against Ohio State a couple years back. Even Saban said it was targeting, and that really changed the ball game. They didn't call. You know what I'm talking about? The pass in the end zone. The game was played in Atlanta. How are your thoughts on that? We got to bring in Coach right now. Nick, we got you?
Yes, sir. Hey, Coach.
Hey, buddy. Thank you so much for coming on. It's hard trying to run a whole show, call people, do everything, because my back's hurting. I'm carrying the whole thing this morning by myself.
He needs some help.
Yeah, I need some help.
No
Right.
doubt, Coach.
Hey, listen, tell us something. Tell us who you are, where you've coached at. Give us your little breakdown.
Coach Nick Borswick, South Walton High School. This is year 20, teaching and coaching over in Walton County. Live in Freeport. We're very proud of our program that we built in South Walton. We've got great high school team, a great facility, great youth programs that we poured into. These kids love the game. They our numbers are unreal there in South Walton. I attribute that to our youth programs over there and all the coaches and dads and parents pouring into their kids. So we're excited about where we're at, where we're going, and want to keep that thing rolling.
Nick, where did you grow up at? Where did you play ball at?
I grew up in Gulf Breeze, Florida. Played high school baseball there. Transferred over to Freeport High School. I graduated from Freeport. That's where we live now. And I played junior college baseball at Alabama Southern.
Yeah.
Up in Monroeville, Alabama.
Yeah.
Played for Coach Mike Jeffcoat, who's the head coach at University of West Florida now. But been coaching and teaching for the last 20 years. Proud of our program with the kids getting opportunities at the next level. It's really taken off. So we have, I believe we have 6 college commits right now.
Wow.
So we've got kids jumping out of our program and going on the next level. And that's a tribute to our coaches and these kids' work ethic too. They grind it out around the clock. They're in the weight room and doing extra work, trying to get stronger and improve their game. So I've kind of come out smelling like a rose here with these kids. Their work ethic, they're really bought in to getting better.
Well, I tell you what, you've got a great program over there, and anytime you have a great program, you got help. People help you, and it's got to be important to the superintendent and to your principal, your administrators. Talk about some of those people. Who's helped you out? Talk about your administration over there. How I'm sure they back you 100% because you wouldn't have the program you have without them.
Absolutely. Starts at the top with Superintendent May Russell Hughes. What a great leader for Walton County School District. He's a Christian. He's an awesome superintendent. He supports our sports programs and academics. His push to be number 1 in the state academically. We're up to I know we've been up to 2 and 3 right now academically. So, they're actually funding brand new football stadium over there right now. Our baseball stadium's 4 years old. Just got to tip your hat to him. Wouldn't know this, but my wife is the principal at South Walton High School. She took that job this year when Dr. Tibbetts retired, so she's been awesome. She's a huge sports supporter. Myself, we have at the high school, I have outstanding assistants, starting with Coach Bobby Pierce, who I owe a lot of gratitude to for helping me get this stadium built. He's been with me for 7 or 8 years, helping volunteer at some capacity. He's former college coach. He coached at Troy and, played at Alabama, coached at Chipola. He's been all over Southeast. Everybody knows Coach Pierce. He's outstanding. Got outstanding help with Coach Chambers. Brandon Emmanuel's volunteer pitching coach. He's from Mosley area. Grew up in Panama City. Mike Perkins. Got awesome assistant coaches, Coach Sawyer, Coach McKenzie, Coach Ballard, who's our recruiting coordinator. I've got 2 or 3 more volunteers that just pour into the kids. So you get this kind of help, and you can really help them hone in on their skill sets.
Yeah, I watched you play Arnold last year, and that's the biggest crowd I've ever seen for a high school baseball game in the playoff. And you guys came over here, and I think it's called, what's it called, a public sporting venue, whatever it's called over there. Do you remember that game? I think Moss hit a home run in the first inning, and you guys won that game. That, to me, that's the biggest baseball crowd I've seen. Was that the biggest you've seen?
Absolutely. That crowd was packed. We talk about it. Every time we talk about it, I get chill bumps. I think we had a flyover there when we dogpiled on the turf fields. Not sure who organized that, but we had to move the game to the turf fields because it had rained really heavy that morning. And Arnold didn't want to host their field, so I agreed. We went to the turf fields. The crowd was standing room only. The crowd wrapped the entire fence, grandstands, all the way down to right field, left field line. And people tell me they came to the game. I never saw them because they couldn't get to they couldn't get down there. We really like the public sports complex and the fact that they have the ability to move games over there. I think it would be awesome if they could somehow get a few grandstands right there on that show field for those types of opportunities down the road. They have the JUCO tournament there. Yeah. It's a great venue in case we need to move some games over. Yeah, that was incredible. Again, I've never seen a crowd like that. Talk about some of your players. How many seniors you got this year? Give us some names of a lot of your players. Yeah, we have 9 seniors. We've got a 4-year starter, Braxton Barnes. He's a Florida State commit. He's been a steady Eddie for us the entire time. Big, strong, physical pitcher. Plays third base, second base as well. Hits 4 or 5 in our lineup. He's fun to watch. Real fiery pitcher. Got Charlie Wilcox. Charlie's big, strong, physical, good look at thoroughbred. He's getting a lot of attention. We get a lot of scouts coming to watch Charlie. I think we had 7 or 8 there Tuesday night. But Charlie's committed Georgia Tech. One thing about Charlie, he's committed as a pitcher, but he might be one of the strongest hitters I've ever seen in high school. He swings the bat. He's ferocious. He's physical. We got Jackson Perkins, who I nominated for Player of the Week. I think he was 4 for 4, had about 6 RBIs this week. He's knocking the cover off the ball. He hits in the 5th hole. Got a kid named Cam Tipton that transferred in from Chalmette, Louisiana. He's a Troy commit. He's a strong pitcher, outfielder. Lucas Caraway, another commit, St. John's River State. He come in from Memphis. He's a physical center fielder, outfielder type. My seniors are very good leaders. They got a taste of the state championship game last year. We didn't win it, and we're excited to try to get back. We went from 4A to 3A this year, and these guys are hungry and want to get back down there. Who is your district this year? Who all is in it? Our district is Walton High School, Pensacola High School, and then West Florida. We had been in the district of West Florida. They dropped down with us from 4A to 3A. Yeah. West Florida's always scrappy, competitive, good group. But we got to get past. Nick, did y'all keep Arnold on the schedule? Oh, absolutely. Yes, we'll play. We play the toughest schedule that we can find, Coach. And Arnold's one of the best teams in the Panhandle in the state. We have Arnold twice. Love playing those guys. Lots of respect for Cooper and Eli, Coach Jones, the whole team. I watched them the other night against Holmes County. They look pretty good. Yeah, for money-wise, crowds like that, I'd keep playing them. That's incredible. Coach, I want to thank you for coming on. I know, y'all don't have school today, do you? No, we're out of school. You caught me just right, Coach. Got my coffee. It was good timing. All right, we're going to call you next Monday at 7, okay? All right, sounds good. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Thanks, Coach. All right, Chad, Dr. Chad Mitchell, 25 years on Bay County sidelines, the legendary Chad Mitchell.
People come from all over the Southeast to be operating on the guys. It's unbelievable. He can do it the old-fashioned way. He can do it robotic. He can do it anyway. The legendary Chad Mitchell. Chad, what's the best way to get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
Tell you what, incredible. I mean, this will be his 26th year on Bay County sidelines. No, I've been in this business for a long time. Never seen any doctor do it more than a couple of years, and he's done it again. This will be his 26th year on the Bay County sidelines. Incredible. Another incredible company is Chuck Tucker and South Oak Title and Closing. For all your real estate closing, it's Chuck. No doubt about that. Mark Cowdown 38, multi-million-dollar homes, $10 million homes, $7 million homes. They all use South Oak Title and Closing. So should you. No surprises, done correctly every way. They've expanded throughout the Panhandle of Florida. South Oak Title and Closing, number one. The legendary Jay Michaels. Hopefully I'll be able to take both my granddaughters for lunch today there. Come join us. Pick up our bill, Chad. We'll have a great time
That's
at
his
the
usual
legendary
MO.
Jay Michaels Restaurant, Thomas Drive. Today's special is red beans and rice, but they get the best seafood, the coldest beer, the legendary Chad Mitchell. And Jay Michaels. And Chad. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest. It's Monday. It's
With
South
Alligator Arms, James Hale.
and it is Arnold Day. 104.3
President's
ESPN.
Day.
Rob's with us. Chad's with us. Wildcat. Leave it right here.
Set your alarm clock to wake up with the Coach Hale Show on ESPN Northwest Florida. In-depth local and college sports from expert insiders and a dash of controversy.
Can be deadly.
Weekday mornings 7 to 9.
Nothing says good morning like a drunken human alarm clock.
We're live from the J. Michaels studio.
We all know he loves the Florida Gators, but that's okay.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
I can control the world.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a light breeze coming out of the north-northeast around 7 miles per hour and temps near 58. Tonight we will have clear skies and be cool at 42. Partly sunny tomorrow and a high 63. Light showers throughout the day with mostly clouds in the evening Wednesday with a temp of 60. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Discover Kia at Billburn Kia during the President's Day sale going on all month long. Are you looking for a fuel-efficient SUV that doesn't compromise on style, comfort, and performance? Stop in today at Billburn Kia and let our team put you behind the wheel of your new Kia. Billburn Kia is now offering 1.9% APR for up to 60 months on the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sorento. Billburn Kia is the home of that 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us today at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBurnKiaPanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sorento with $1,748 per month per $1,000 finance at 60 months. Qualities limited, cannot be combined with other finance offers. Not available on balloon financing. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is the Billburn Kia warranty. See dealer for complete detail. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 3/3/25.
Give them a call. Phone lines are open. 850-215-6290. The Coach James Hale Show is taking your calls live and local. From the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We got a great special guest for you. As soon as we get through this legendary coach, we're going to jump into this officiating. And a lot of questions here. We got a guy officiated SEC football. Has known Chad for a long time and appreciate
Toughest
Chad.
job in the world.
Yeah, it really is. But I tell you what, a tough job was taking over Arnold High School when they haven't really accomplished a whole lot in baseball. And all this guy's done since he's been there has been win, win, win. It's incredible. I just looked at the score from Saturday. I was up in Birmingham, or on my way back from Birmingham, and Arnold put it on Mose a 9-1. We got Coach. Let's bring him on right now. Coach Jones. Coach, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I am outstanding. Talk about the game. My goodness, 9-1. Who played well? Give us a lot of names. What happened?
Well, we played pretty well. We were able to win on Saturday 9-1 against Mosley. Cooper Moss pitched for us, and in his four-year career, he has pitched amazing against Mosley. Really well against just about everybody, but I think especially against Mosley for whatever reason. I know he's a beach kid, and the rivalry is big in him, is big to him. And he comes up big against Mosley quite often, and he did it once again on Saturday. He threw 6 innings, only allowed 1 hit. It was a bunt single, so they didn't actually get a swinging hit off of him. He struck out 12 guys in the 6 innings. Just was great for us on the mound. Eli Blair in that game was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs for us. And then I think we had about 6 or 7 guys with a hit. So we spread out 8 hits, and were able to manufacture some runs and drive in some runs. And we took advantage of a couple of Mosley mistakes to add some runs there. So it was nice to get out to a lead early and be able to hold on to it. Just watch Cooper work. So it was great for us.
Yeah, 9-1. That's incredible. Coach, go back to Wednesday. I know you moved the game up to Wednesday. What happened in that ball game?
Yeah, we opened the season on Wednesday due to the rain. Luckily, we did move it to Wednesday. We would not have played on Thursday. We played Holmes County at our place. We were able to win 8-2. Got a really good starting pitching performance again, this time by Jackson Ross, who's a sophomore lefty for us. He threw 4 innings. He also only allowed 1 hit, and he struck out 6. And then Carter Campbell got his first couple of varsity innings, and so did Josh Lindsay to finish it off for us. Offensively, once again, Eli Blair led us. He was 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. We also had Mason Lehman, who was 2 for 2, and Josh Lindsay had 2 hits. We had 10 hits as a team there, and we were able to put 8 on him. And the starting pitcher for Holmes is a Florida State commit, so we were happy to scratch any runs. But we ended up scoring 6 in the first 2 innings. We were up 6-0 after 2, so it was a much better offensive performance than you could have thought, considering the talent on the mound they had against us.
Well, let me ask you this. You've been in it for a while now, and it's all new to me, this max prep thing, strength of schedule. Are they pretty good with that? I mean, your schedule's brutal. I mean, you play South Walton. We just talked to Nick over South Walton. They're an unbelievable baseball team. Mosley's a bigger school. So you got a tough schedule. Do you think that really truly helps the strength of schedule? You think they're pretty right on about that?
I think, yes. Max Preps does it, but then the FHSAA does their own version of a strength of schedule and rankings thing. And I think it's pretty accurate. I mean, when I schedule, I try and be smart in scheduling so that our strength of schedule is a benefit for us in the rankings at the end of the year, because this is all about rankings. Just getting in the playoffs is basically, you can win your district championship, or you have to be one of the top 4 remaining seeds. So you want to make sure that you give yourselves a chance by playing, I guess, a good schedule for the team that you have. And in general, we try and play the best schedule we can play without having to fly to California or Utah or somewhere to play teams. But we have to play teams around here, but we try and play the best we can. And sometimes, as you said, you're playing much bigger schools. Sometimes you're playing smaller schools that are really good. I mean, Holmes County is a very good baseball team. That's going to help our strength schedule. So we don't shirk away from the good teams, and we also try and play really, some of the teams that are a little bit smaller, but their strength, they help our strength schedule as well, because they're really solid baseball teams, even though they might be smaller schools. I mean, obviously Bozeman for years has been a smaller school and a very good baseball team. So that's not just because they're a little smaller doesn't mean we're playing any cupcakes here. So we have a tough schedule, and I think, I've told our kids, I think pretty much 25 games we play, every team on our schedule can beat us at any point in time. And so there aren't any cupcakes on our schedule. And so that's good for us. It helps us get better, but it certainly is good for us. If we can win some of those games, then it helps us in the rankings in the long run.
Well, the weather, we thought we got a taste of spring, and now we found out it's not over yet. Winter's not over yet. So it's going to be cold this week. And speaking of tough schedules, who do you have this week? How many games you got? Where you playing at, and who you playing?
We have 3 games this week. We play Mosley again on tomorrow, at home, 6:30 at our place. And then Thursday we go to Lincoln and Tallahassee at their place. And Saturday we are home again against Liberty County. So we got some good ones again this week. Depending on who we see from Lincoln, they have the number 1 sophomore in the state for sure. He might be number 1 sophomore in the country. He throws about 94 miles an hour, and he can hit too. So obviously we play Mosley again. That's going to be a heated game. I would think they come out ready to play. We'll be ready to play. And then we just continue to go find teams that we can play against that'll help us get better.
Well, I tell you what, you play a tough schedule, no doubt about that. Looking forward to this baseball season. I think you guys' chance to have a special year. We're all hoping you do. So far, you've seen Mosley. Have you seen Bay or some of the other schools yet? And I know we did that little classic, that pregame stuff. Everybody going to be pretty good in here in Bay County? You think all the teams pretty good?
Well, we didn't play in the preseason classic here because we went down to ING Academy, so we didn't get to see them this close to the season. We've seen them in the fall, and Bay keeps getting better. Coach Hudson's doing a great job over there. You mentioned them, obviously, but Bay County has good baseball. Bozeman's always good, and he picked up a couple transfers that are really going to help them stay at least as good as they've been. So it's no cakewalk in Bay County. Any team you play here is a real quality team, and they're well coached. And so it should be a good year of baseball in the county.
Yeah, I say it all the time. That's what we're known for now is baseball. We got unbelievable baseball coaches that know what they're doing. They work hard, and you guys are incredible. Coach, thank you for getting up. I know y'all didn't have school today. We'll call you next Monday. Good luck this week, and go win some games.
We will try. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. Coach Jones. Mosley 1, Arnold 9. Wow. I remember for years we couldn't beat them, and now we're getting to do it. Doug's back over there, too. Doug Lee, the legendary state championship coach, is back in the saddle. I can't wait to talk to him Thursday. I wasn't here Thursday. I didn't get to visit with him, but I'm looking forward to that. Chad, let's talk about your special guest. You got, how much time we got? Oh, good. Talk about Rob. How'd y'all meet?
So Rob Bearfield is a hometown friend of mine, my best friend from home. We've known each other for years, our whole lives. Anyway, he retired from officiating college football this past year. And remember, I went to the Samford game.
Yeah, Edinburgh, yeah.
And that was his last game up there at Samford.
Yeah. He's told stories of you on the show.
That's what I want to hear. Stories on Doc.
Oh, they want to hear stories about me.
You actually had some good inside information because somebody you knew officiated spring games. We got a kind of an insight who
that was.
Yeah, we won't mention who it was.
Well, you can now. He's retired.
How many years you do it all together?
So I was a football official for 36 years. Did college for 20.
Wow. Was the pay okay for when you work your way up, right, to the SEC?
Yeah, and by the time you evaluate all the time that you put in off the field, we probably average making around 77 cents an hour.
Wow. I used to say that's what coaches made, but not anymore, not in college. It's unbelievable. Let me ask you this. We get back. Hold on. Okay. All right. We'll ask you this question when we get back. I want to know when we get back the biggest game you called in the SEC, and just give us some kind of insight what it's like calling the game. And I got a lot of questions. Right, this is gonna be pretty cool, man. Chad kind of thinks anyway. I ask him when we get back. But right now, let's talk about some of our great people. We got Chad with us this day. Get out to Newbies, have a great time. They got 4 great locations, not 3, 4. The brand new in St. Andrews. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. The Mothership will have the best bands in the Southeast every weekend because Charlotte, that's what Charlotte's going to do. She's going to get the best entertainment you can get. Newbies 2 on the Curve. Go watch all sporting events and head on down to the Mothership and have a great time. Dr. Ward, 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. It can be deadly. You women out there, everybody listen up. Breast cancer, skin cancer, 2 things women really can be concerned about. And 5 minutes can save your life. Call, make an appointment throughout the Panhandle of Florida. If you listen right now in the Panhandle of Florida, Dr. Ward's got an office near you. 5 minutes can save your life. Please call. Take care. If it doesn't look right, doesn't feel right, call Dr. Ward, make an appointment. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Jason Kovaleski can make that happen for you. 23rd Street and Pier Park. He'll be with us tomorrow. Can't wait to visit Mr. Buckeye Boys tomorrow morning. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Take ESPN Northwest Florida with you everywhere you go.
Anytime, anyplace, anywhere.
The sports talk and live play-by-play doesn't have to end when you get out of the car. The ESPN Northwest Florida app streams your favorite sports talk hosts and the biggest games in ultra-high fidelity.
This is of utmost importance in travel.
Take the sports talk monster with you anywhere you go. Available for Android and iPhone.
Use it anywhere or any place.
Mid-South Lumber, where they treat you like family. Locally owned and serving the residents of Bay County for over 45 years. See Mid-South Lumber for all of your DIY projects, including windows, doors, siding, lumber, and millwork. Are you building a new home? Bring your contractor in to Mid-South Lumber and meet with a member of their sales team to discuss your framing, siding, windows, and doors. Mid-South Lumber, the biggest little lumber yard in Panama City. 717 West 11th Street.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-498-6548. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-498-6548. That's 800-498-6548. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
You don't know what his problem is. But it's probably hard to pronounce and untreatable.
That don't feel so good.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michael Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Let's get back and ask Rob some questions about officiating. Now, did you start out at the high school level?
Started out working Pop Warner games.
Did you really? What year was that? You remember?
1988.
Wow. Okay.
2 years out of high school.
So from then, you go to high school. That was in the state of Georgia?
That's correct.
Which... they're pretty good. They do things right in that state. Football's big there. And then how long did it take you to work up to the college ranks?
So I really tried every season to find a way to get into college officiating and never could get any help with our local association on that path. And discovered through a friend a copy of a Gulf South application and submitted it in. I'd been working high school for 14 years and got invited to a camp in the Gulf South and got picked up and started in Division II in the Gulf South.
Wow. Some of the teams you covered or you called back then?
So that was like Valdosta State and North Alabama, West Alabama.
The Lions.
Yeah.
There's an inside joke on that.
Yeah, Jared signed with them. My son signed with North Alabama.
Yeah.
They had some good teams up there. Husfeld, what's the guy's name? Husfeld was the coach or something like that. Can't remember now. But they were good, right? Who all was some of the good teams you called?
We saw some, all of them in the Gulf South was really good, but Valdosta State was always a big powerhouse.
Yeah.
And, it was fun to work in that. Go out to Arkansas. I'd go to Arkansas and work ball games, and Kentucky, and just drive all over the Southeast for $325.
Wow. How did that work? Like, if you were calling a game in Arkansas, they want you there the night before, they want you that morning. How's all this stuff? Nobody knows how this stuff works.
So typically we're required to be in the city we're going to officiate by 6 o'clock, 5 or 6 o'clock on Friday night before a game on Saturday.
I always wondered about that. That way they know they got you.
They got us there. We're not going to get caught up in something on Saturday morning where we can't make it, and then there's not enough people to work the game.
Now, even at that level, when you were at your hotel and stuff, did they come get you, bring you guys to the game? I know at Alabama you see them bringing the officials in. Is that how it is there at that level?
Not in the Division II level. No, we usually would show up at the game site and do some pregame stuff on Saturday morning before the game started. But no, we'd get there on our own.
All right, now let's get to college, big time college. How long did it take you to make it there?
So
how do they select you? Do you apply for it, or how does that work?
So it's really a network. Getting in a network and getting in front of people and letting them see you work, and it's really all by invitation. You can put an application in and get your name on a list. And then you travel all over the place working scrimmages and until somebody sees you and starts to promote you. And then a conference coordinator will invite you to a showcase scrimmage. And if you perform well enough, they'll hire you.
So they more or less kind of grade you guys to see who they want and who they don't want.
Absolutely.
All right. What was it like when you got the big time college football? Tell us the difference. Did you had to be there 6 o'clock Friday? Then they start driving you into the stadium.
That's right.
Talk about all those things.
So typically, to just kind of share what happens on a weekend is when we show up on Friday night. Usually our crew would have dinner together, and then we would spend an hour and a half or 2 hours reviewing film. Typically, that session we would cover our previous game that we worked last week, and try to look at ways that we could get better through mistakes that we made, ways that we were graded, and then Saturday morning we'll get up again and have another hour and a half pregame where we kind of start focusing on the game we're fixing to call. We'll review film and look at the two teams that we're about to officiate and some of their tendencies. We'll cover some topics in the rule book on that Saturday morning session, and then they come and pick us up about 2 hours and 45 minutes before kickoff. And so we show up at the stadium, and then we have duties that kind of kick off a Saturday game.
Once you first get to the stadium, I mean, they take you right where you guys change, your little own locker room right there?
They do. So typically what we would do, and what I think most crews do, is when they show up to the stadium, they are handed a coin. And the coin is usually the coin they're going to use for the coin toss. And they gather in this locker room setting where they're going to get prepared to work a game, and they close the doors and nobody else is allowed in there. And that coin usually has the home team logo on one side and visitor on the other side. And we would flip that coin, and whatever it landed on, that's the team we were going to pull for that day. There really wasn't any money changed hands.
I knew it. Chad and I talked about it all the time. Unbelievable. But that's what I was getting at. But they do want you guys away from everybody. They don't want to see you talking to somebody in the stands. They don't want to see you talking to another coaching staff.
They do try to keep us secluded for, until we get out on the field and start walking around, and then you have some conversations with people as you're on the field.
All right, I'm glad you said what you did. That leads into the next question. All this money being bet on professional football, college football, and you hear it all the time. Chad's one of the worst. You see that? You see that call? No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, there are certain calls and people scratch their head like this or whatever. I think it's gotten a lot better. You got replay now, stuff like that. But before I get into that, I want to ask you this, because if you're supposed to give a call, if you're the lineman's or the back judge or whatever, and it's really not your call, but if you see it and they're out of position and they can't see it, have you ever called the flag for something, really not your call?
So you get yourself in trouble if you're fishing in somebody else's pond, but it's you're encouraged if you see something to put a flag down, because there's 8 of us on the field and 22 players and lots of stuff, lots of moving parts, and a lot going on, and sometimes something will open up to you that you can see that nobody else can see. And yes, I have done that and put a flag down that really wasn't in my area. And sometimes those are looked at as crew saving calls because it's something that was caught that nobody else seen. But it's you need to be careful with that.
I've seen where the back judge couldn't see a DB holding because of where sometimes you can't see it the way the play's executed.
Isn't that by design, though? Don't Kirby and Saban work on that?
I don't think.
Absolutely.
But they grab him by the jersey to hold him. He doesn't see it, but like you said, somebody else does see it because they're looking at, and you got to call it, right?
So we're taught to officiate in tandems. So I was a deep wing official, and so I would be working in tandem with the back judge who's in the center of the field and the line of scrimmage guy who's up the field from me. And so we would help each other the way we looked at evaluating a play, because I would see the front and the line of scrimmage official might see the back, and we could work together to try to get that right. Just like you mentioned as a back judge, if my receiver is being held on the inside and I'm on the outside where I can't see it, he's got a clear look into that. So yeah, we do work in tandem with each other to try to help.
Have you seen many back judge throw flags? Throw flags on an offensive lineman holding, because that's not really his deal. He's way off. Have you ever seen that?
Oh yes, that's part of an evaluation of a play is offensive holding on the perimeter, and the back judge may be up around the edge of the line of scrimmage. But yes, we've got keys that. They changed the word from keys a couple of years ago to initial responsibilities that we can focus on. We can get offensive holding.
And you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you get officials that everybody says, well, these guys are going to let them play. And you get another group, they're going to call everything. Talk about that.
Yeah, well, talk about it in light of all these college football teams now and professional teams have books on each official and how they call games. They have scouting reports on the officials. Talk about that.
So everybody hears about the football teams who have these staffers.
Yeah.
Well, there's somebody assigned to the officials on the staff of every football team, and there is a spreadsheet that's kept on officials and their tendencies of what types of penalties they're going to throw, and I believe that there are some game plans that are designed around situations.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at a crew that's coming in that has been evaluated, that they have a tendency of calling offensive holding. And even on third and long situations, they'll design plays away from that tendency, or maybe they've identified an official who has a tendency of throwing a pass interference on third and longs, and they're going to throw the football in his zone in hopes to get a call. And they do keep tabs on us.
I think that sounds like Nick Saban's crew. Anyway, all right, all your thoughts right there. We got a lot more questions for this guy as the day goes on. We got a brand new restaurant down, Local 115, historical downtown Panama City. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. It looks like a dang Hall of Fame down there. Coaches' pictures, players' pictures. If you're a cheerleader somewhere in Bay County, if you played any kind of sport in the band, they got everything down there. So if you want to go see your picture on the wall, go down there and check out the local 115. They do an incredible job. It's kind of a healthier option. Nothing's fried. It's oysters, sports theme. Oysters, crab cakes, steamed seafood, gumbo soup, salads, wings, ice cold beer. Nothing fried. Healthier option. Lunch and dinner. The local 115 on Harrison Avenue. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. Lunch and dinner. Also, don't forget about if you're over in the great city of Lynn Haven, head out to Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. Pat Pernod's the city commissioner over there. He does an incredible job with Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. Don't forget their big days every Wednesday. 10 wings inside for $9.99. But all the foods. What's your best? What do you love the most over there? I love it all. I like that Cuban sandwich too.
Yeah,
besides the onion rings and chips, what else?
Well, the onion rings are the best in every state I've ever been in my whole life. Is so good. But I had chicken wings.
Well, after you get through having a great meal over there, and you're already over there anyway, why don't you head down and see our Russ and Amber, and what can we get from them?
I tell you what, you can still get great deals over there. They're 25% off everything in the store sale. I think it's still going on. But now you can always take your watch, get a new watch battery, get your chain that you got for Valentine's Day lengthened or shortened or ring sized, all that. They do it in-house and they do it right away. That's David Adams and Designer Jewelry, Highway 77 in Lynn Haven.
All right, you're listening to 104.3 ESPN Northwest. Florida. We'll be right back. When we get back, we're going to talk about FSU, Florida. And we're going to spend a lot of time with Rob all day long about these officiating. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just saw a text. Be right back.
The next evolution in sports talk radio.
And we're back!
On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. The Afternoon Underdog. The only live afternoon show in Panama City where you can win fantastic prizes from amazing local businesses every day.
That's right!
4 to 6 weekdays. The Afternoon Underdogs.
It's mayhem!
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a light breeze coming out of the north-northeast around 7 miles per hour and temps near 58. Tonight we will have clear skies and be cool at 42. Partly sunny tomorrow at a high 63. Light showers throughout the day with mostly clouds in the evening Wednesday with a temp of 60. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Discover Kia at Bill Bird Kia during the President's Day sale going on all month long. Are you looking for a fuel-efficient SUV that doesn't compromise on style, comfort, and performance? Stop in today at Bill Bird Kia and let our team put you behind the wheel of your new Kia. Bill Bird Kia is now offering 1.9% APR for up to 60 months on the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sorento. Bill Bird Kia is the home of that 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us today at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sorento with $1,748 per month per $1,000 financed in 60 months. Qualities limited, cannot be combined with other finance offers. Not available on balloon financing. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is the Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete detail. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 3/3/25.
From the Vortex Springs to the Bear Paw Canoe Trail. From Shell Island to 30A. We're your home for live sports. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! FSU Update is brought to you by the legendary Newbies. Get out to Miss Newbies, have a great time. Newbies 2 on the Curb. Go watch all sporting events. After that, head on down to the motherships, the best bands in the Southeast every weekend because that's what Miss Charlotte wants. She wants the best of the best, and she gets it. We appreciate everything her and John do for the community. Let's get out and support them. Chad, what do you have for us today on FSU?
Well, not a whole lot in the football arena. But we can go to men's basketball. The number 23 Clemson Tigers beat the Florida State Seminoles 72-46 this weekend. They're next up against Miami, so it'll be Miami at home, and this will be on Wednesday. As far as the women go, the number 23 Florida State Lady Seminoles beat the Miami Hurricanes 83-82, last-minute scoring to win this game. And so the Lady Seminoles hopefully will move up in the rankings from where they are currently. Other than that, we got baseball and softball, and we'll kind of run through the schedule. As far as baseball goes, FSU baseball is 3-0 overall right now. They won all 3 games against James Madison. Won the first one on Friday 6-0. Won the second on Saturday 9-2, and the third 10-0 in 8 innings on Sunday. Moving to softball, the softball team for FSU is 7-1 overall, and let's see, let me find their last game. The last 2 games. They played Friday. They played Ohio State, and Saturday they played Wichita State, and they beat both of them. They beat Florida State 9-1 in 5 innings, and beat Wichita State 15-5 in 6 innings. And so again, the Lady Seminoles softball team 7-1 overall, and that's pretty much the update for Florida State.
Rob, I wanted to ask something. You call these games, you see these players, you see the coaching staffs, you get some insight what's going on. Did you have any idea? You know, we all thought we were told by people that they're supposedly in the know that Florida State was going to be really good this year, and they weren't. They were terrible. They go from 13-1 to 2-10. Did you see that coming? Did you know any kind of insight about what was going on at FSU?
Well, to be honest with you, no. I expected them to come out of the gates and carry on from 2023, but it was a different football team, no doubt.
Do you guys as officials, when you team's having a really good year that may have been an average team the year before, or a team that's really good that struggled this year, do you guys, when you like the before game, do y'all sit around, do y'all talk about stuff like this? Like, man, can you believe what's going on in Tallahassee?
Absolutely. Yeah, we typically try to stay focused on the teams we're working that weekend. But we're fans and we pay attention to things all across the country.
We were talking the whole year, Monday through Friday, different people we have in here, and we were all like, something's just not right, and something has happened to look that bad, to fall apart that quickly. The chemistry of the team, something's happened. Did you hear any kind of rumors, something might have happened there, or just they're just not very good?
I can share my opinion, but they would only be my opinion.
Give us one of them.
I believe whenever they set out the Georgia game and when they didn't make the playoffs and they set out the Georgia game, I believe that's kind of when it all started. And I believe they just kind of lost that chemistry and just couldn't get it back. You know?
I'm with you. I think that. And the coaches
that had
just
to rub
my
them, opinion.
It had to rub them wrong, the coaches, too. They can say all they want, protect their players, whatever. You coach, you want your players there.
Oh, yeah.
It's another ball game. It's against Georgia, an SEC school. That's a big game. And for that many kids to say, hell with it, I'm not going to do it, you're right. I do think that had something to do with it. I really do.
Well, and I have a different take. So he's the one that got me into the spring exhibition game last year at FSU.
Yeah, you came back and said something.
And I came back, and I remember I got in trouble with Tommy St. Amant.
Yeah.
Because I was dogging the quarterbacks. And I
remember that.
A couple of them were out, but also, and I was sitting up high, so I could look down and kind of see what's going on. And I just didn't think DJ looked all that great. And of course, DJ had a reputation anyway, as everybody knows. And I don't want to pick on DJ. I mean, I like the guy. You want to see people succeed, but if you want to get down to, okay, what's not happening, He's just a little off here and there, and then sometimes looks brilliant.
Yeah.
But the drive that they had that was part of that spring game, it was just so long, and so it seemed like it had so many problems. Whether it was, holding on the offensive line, the defense at times, it appeared like they were kind of overwhelming them. And that sounds like what happened during the regular season, right? And so there were some things like that were going on. And from my vantage point, and I was looking at it, I thought I was seeing a difference. Now, you can say what you want. I know I'm an Alabama fan, and most of my FSU buddies are going, well, you don't really care for FSU. They are my second favorite team. I actually do. I root for them. And so I could see that. And my problem is I was comparing them with an Alabama, comparing them with a Ohio State, mindset, looking at them on the field. And I just didn't think they looked that great.
I do, now that you said, I do remember you coming in.
Yeah, and then Tommy St. Amant, he just, and I love Tommy, you know that. And this is all great, friendly banter, but boy, he was giving me a hard time about that. And turns out I was right.
He was right.
I'm not trying to pick on Tommy. I love Tommy. But it's, it was an observation that I had. And I thought I had a clear view of, like, man, I just don't know that they're going to be as good as they were.
So typically in the spring, these teams are not going to put out their A game. They're really evaluating a lot of younger players and trying to get people worked into the system. And so you kind of see vanilla. But you can tell. I was at the University of Georgia this past spring, and man, I thought they looked flat. And I just didn't. I anticipated, they were the talk of college football, and I could just tell there was something off with them. And
he said it.
I think you told me that.
Yeah.
So,
and look what happened. I mean, they made it to the playoffs, right? But they just weren't the Georgia we're used to.
Just not that dominating force,
right?
Yeah.
And,
well, Kirby will tell you they don't have the backups like they've had in the past.
Right.
And nobody's going to sit on the sideline anymore. They're going to go play.
That's the way it's going to be from here on out.
Thanks to the transfer portal.
Yeah, they're going to ruin the game. How can you if you're a businessman, you make big time money. There's a reason you make big time money. You're smart.
Yeah, you're not.
You don't just give away your money.
Giving it away all the time.
Give away your money, because I don't care how great Milroe or anybody else is. His name and an image cannot sell what they're paying him. There's no way. They're not that big.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what he's selling. I get what you're saying. Yeah, now, if you're selling lumber, is that where you're going?
Yeah. So sooner or later, you would think, okay, I helped out this school for a while now. I bragged about that's my boy, but I'm going to not waste any more money.
Yeah.
I would think.
Well, and you might be disappointed in their performance.
Yeah.
And okay, I don't want to give any more money for that.
Do you think it can continue to go on like this, the NIL?
It can't. It's ruining the brand of football in the NCAA level. There's some protections that need to be put into place to protect the brands of each team.
Yeah,
and I told you, so I go to that game, that Sanford game, where it's his last officiating game, and I look on the billboard, and they got this QR code you can scan with your phone from your seat, and you can pay a player on Sanford's team right there while you're sitting in your seat. Doesn't matter who you are. You can fill out the application. I was going through the app the whole time, looking at every player.
If he fumbles or something, can you take the money back?
Yeah, well, I don't think there was that. but I'm just saying,
that's crazy.
This is how rampant it is in college football.
Unbelievable, man. How much time we got? We got to take a break. All right, we're going to take a break, get back. We're going to do Alabama, Auburn, and finish up with Rob. I got some more questions for him. Yeah, matter of fact, we can do a little bit during that Bama segment. But right now, Chad, let's talk about you. You've been doing this stuff, this robotic. Tell us more about robotic. What exactly is robotic?
So right now, robotics is really big in total knee replacements, makes the cuts more accurate, so the implants are placed more accurately. And what that translates into is you get your motion back faster than you used to, so the recovery's faster and quicker.
Is it easier operating those robotic surgery compared to doing the old-fashioned way?
I would say making the decisions, the critical decisions, is easier because it's just a better tool, right? You've got this tool now that uses AI to figure out where the cut needs to be to give them the best motion. It works. It's absolutely amazing.
Wow.
And then the robot just makes a more precision cut.
Can you use the robotic one on the when you don't really have to cut it? But what do you used to call it when you put the four little holes in there?
Are you talking about
the scope?
Oh, well, we're not doing knee replacements to the scope yet, but on that.
No. I'm saying though, I guess the scope you don't need to cut them then, right?
We're not making bone cuts, but I will say this. I think ACLs and other things in the future, robotics, it's coming. Let me tell you, it's coming. That's why I started robotmd.com, because I can tell you the robotics within surgery, you see it now in general surgery, you see it in GYN surgery, urology, it's in orthopedics and in other areas.
And we see all these knee injuries.
I'm telling you, it's coming to sports medicine. It's not here yet, but it's coming.
All these knee injuries so what you're saying is one day they'll either be back on the field quicker, more healthier.
That remains to be seen. But what you can put the ACL in a little more accurately, drill less of a tunnel. There'll be things like that robotics will open up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell everybody the best way to get up with you.
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
Do you want that yard to look beautiful? Yeah, we all do. We want our yard to be gorgeous. Mine is. You know why? Turf Pro Pest Control. Patrick and his crew come out. They survey. They see the damage. They know what you need. They come up with a game plan. Your yard will look absolutely beautiful.
Get rid of those springtime bugs, too.
They can do it all. That's Turf Pro Pest Control. Listen to Patrick every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida around 8:30. Looking forward to him getting it. I hope he's feeling better today. Chad, if you love pizza, there's only one place to go. That's Paparazzi Pizza. Big John's, retired police officer.
It's good, too.
Oh, my goodness. You and I could go down there and get one lunch special. The pizzas are so big. The slices are so big. You get 2 huge slices of pizza, whatever kind you want, and a drink for $11 and some change. All you got to do is buy one extra drink, and you're set. One meal, that's it. It's that big. They do an incredible job. But not only do they have great pizza, they have great everything. They got a bar in there now. You can watch all sporting events. You can watch the news. You can do whatever you want. They have a bakery that's the best in Bay County. They make all their cakes fresh every single day. Try the Paradise Cake, Napoleon, the chocolate, the carrot cake. They're incredible. You'll love my favorite is the Paradise Cake. It's just something special about that. It's unbelievable. And they also have a great deli. They have great lasagna, everything at Paparazzi. And you'll see a great picture of Chad. I'll tell you where later. Be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The new app from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is designed specifically for sports fanatics like you. The sports content you demand is always on. Live stream our national and local sports talk anywhere you go. Reach us on all social media. You can also be a part of the show. Call and text into our studios. Plus, up-to-the-minute weather and traffic maps. The new app from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is available at the Apple Store and Google Play.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a light breeze coming out of the north-northeast around 7 miles per hour and temps near 58. Tonight we will have clear skies and be cool at 42. Partly sunny tomorrow and a high 63. Light showers throughout the day with mostly clouds in the evening Wednesday with a temp of 60. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Bet live with Hard Rock Bet. Real-time wagering till the very last play. Missing the kickoff doesn't mean all bets are off.
Delay a game on the guy who hasn't bet yet.
Sometimes you just know your team is going to come back. The sportsbook for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Shop of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota. ESPN Northwest Florida.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at instantReplaySportsCards.com.
Put down your natural light. It's time for the Alabama Update. The Alabama Update, weekday mornings at 8. On the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Roll Tide, roll. Alabama Update, brought to you by the one and only Stevenson Air Conditioning. They're there for you anytime, day or night. We told you winter's not over. We thought we were going to be okay. No, there's no way. If you're sitting there freezing and all you hear in that power going, that fan's running, it's not getting any warmer, and your power bill's going through the roof, don't do that. Call Stevenson Air Conditioning, most honest guy out here. The guy does an incredible job. Locals taking care of locals. That's Stevenson Air Conditioning. Give them a call. They'll come out. They'll survey. They'll find out what the problem is. They'll give you some options, and just do what they tell you. They'll save you money every month on your power bill, and your house will be warmer in the winter and a lot cooler in the summer. They do a great job. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number one. All right, Alabama takes it on the chin. There was a question. Who had the best basketball team in the country? Was it Alabama? In the coaches poll, Bama was number one. AP poll, Auburn was number one. Now we all know the number one team in the country is the Auburn Tigers. Auburn puts it on Alabama 94-85. The game was played in Tuscaloosa. Alabama now drops to 21-4. Alabama now is 10-2 in the SEC. Sears he led Alabama with 18 points. He was only 4 of 17 on the day. He was 2 of 11 on three-pointers, so he didn't have as great scoring. When I did see him play, though, when I was at a celebration of life, and I did get to watch the ball game. At the time I watched it, he was playing pretty good. He was hitting some deep threes, but did not have the kind of day that he needed to have for Alabama. Alabama was only 5 or 26 from long-range shots. Auburn's head coach, Bruce Pearl, first head coach to win 1 versus 2 at 2 different schools. He did it back in 2008. He was the head basketball coach at Memphis. They go and play, and he was the head coach at Tennessee. They beat them one team in Memphis in 2008. He is now 8-7 in the last 15 games versus Alabama. Auburn now has won 3 straight ranked matchups against Alabama when they've been ranked. Saturday was Auburn's 5th top 10 match of the season. Auburn went 3-2 in these matchups. Auburn is the number one team in the country. Bruce Pearl is the number one coach in the state of Alabama so far this season. Alabama gets another opportunity on the road at Auburn, which will be tough. Auburn has surpassed 90 points 9 times this season. Alabama was one of the leading scoring offenses in basketball this year. 90-something points. They didn't make 90. They got it 85, and they definitely need the 90 to have a chance against Auburn. Oh, man. What? Did you get to watch any of the game at all?
I watched a little bit of it.
What'd you think?
Auburn came to play.
Yeah, they did. They look good. They came out of the gate. You know, Alabama would tie them up. Auburn never trailed in the game.
That's right.
They got a big lead. Bama fought back, got into the game, tied it up, and Auburn pulled away. And Alabama did get within 5 with 32 seconds. But Auburn, there's no doubt Auburn was the better ball club. Patrick, how you doing, buddy?
Man, another day in paradise.
You looking better? You feeling better?
Oh, I feel a whole lot better.
Well, thank God.
You look better, too.
Did you watch any of the Alabama-Auburn basketball game?
Yes.
What did you think about it?
Very physical game. They let a lot of stuff go during the game, being physicality, but, you know, in watching the game and then listening to the commentators and all, and they were talking about how bad Alabama was shooting the ball, but they never really talked about the Auburn defense. Yeah. Auburn has done that to everybody, really, except for the Florida game this year. they are one of the better defensive teams in the country, and it shows in their stats.
Yeah.
But I thought the biggest key to that game and the biggest difference was the experience and the older leadership that Bruce Pearl has put on that court with the number of seniors and juniors. Every time Alabama made a run, Auburn didn't panic. They didn't let the crowd affect them. They just came down, and then their point guard, it's the true freshman, just unbelievable. I don't know that he'll be at Auburn next year. He'll probably be in the NBA, but he's got ice in his veins.
Yeah,
he has hit so many big shots this year.
I had the opportunity to listen to Andy Burcham call the game. Like I said, I was out driving around quite a bit. Had several things to do on Saturday, and he does such a wonderful job calling that game. But I want to say this. I do want to bring this up, and Rob, you might agree with me. I think Chad does. When I grew up, of course, I'm older than you guys. When I grew up, you'd always hear Coach Bryant always talk about showing your class, show class.
Oh, yeah.
You know, show class. You do that, you know, take care of yourself, great care of all the things. The winning will take care of itself. But always show your class, win or lose. He said that to the fans, show class the games, treat people the right way, all those things he said. I guess they're not said anymore at Alabama. This is the second time I was at the, the Iron Bowl. You hear F Auburn. We got little kids, grandkids in the stadium. And I don't understand that. And at the basketball game, it's the same thing. F Auburn. That to me, that shows no class whatsoever.
I agree.
I'm just disappointed in what's going on over there as far as that. It wasn't just a student body; it was other people there.
I mean, fans are required to show sportsmanship too.
Yeah,
that's the way I see it.
Yeah,
and that's what I would tell fans: is look, be good sports. It's an athletic event. It's
let me ask you
life
this.
and death.
You were at the Auburn, Florida game.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear the Auburn people F the Gators when they lost that game?
I did not.
Yeah, I
did not. And the Auburn fans were not happy about it, right?
I'm an Alabama fan now.
And in fact, even, I'll say this, I think I said it last Monday, the Florida Gators bench was yelling over at the Jungle, which is the students section at Auburn. Yeah. And there was a little bit of back and forth, but I mean, Florida's winning the game, and there's a little bit of back and forth. Even with that, it didn't get out of hand. It stayed fun to watch, like, oh man, look at this little banner going back. It's like a bunch of kids, back and forth. Yeah. But it was nothing ever really serious.
Nate Oates had to get on the mic and tell everybody quit throwing things on the balls and stuff on the field.
Well, good for him.
I actually like the way that he handled that.
Yeah, I did too.
Because he the way he said it was act accordingly, and he wasn't talking it was kind of directly at the person who threw something on the court, but he told the people basically around him, he's going to cost us, or they're going to cost us points. Don't let that happen.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Rob, what did you think about it? I mean, did you remember talking to Coach Bryant, always show class and those things?
I always heard that, and I totally agree that fans should act different. I understand the Auburn and Alabama rivalry, but they should show class. And
except when the referees make a bad call, then you can throw golf balls.
Thank you, Chad.
That's usually what I'm telling Rob. Like,
We got a call? Let's take the call. Take what?
Let's go ahead and take the break.
Take a break, then take the call? Okay.
Well, refs don't make bad calls. They just don't see the whole play.
Hey, I tell you what, I'd rather call a football game than a basketball game any day. I mean, I'm serious. To me, calling a basketball game, you can call a foul.
You can call a foul every second of a basketball game.
And then do call them about every second. What's up with Alabama missing all the foul shots? Speaking of fouls. Man, I watched them in the first half.
We got beat.
In 5 minutes, I watched them miss 3.
Well, both teams missed foul shots. I mean, Auburn had 2 players that were 90%, missed 3 or 4 shots. Janai Broome missed 3 in a row at the end of the ball game.
Yeah, but we didn't miss any foul shot when we played Kentucky.
Break time. Time for a break. Time for a break, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Hey, I tell you what, Alabama Updates brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. Jason's such a wonderful man. He's a local company. Let's take care of locals, take care of locals. Pat lives here. Pat's got a company. That's the reason we use Turf Pro Pest Control. Locals taking care of locals. Make sure you do that. They're there for you anytime, day or night. If your unit stops, call Stevenson Air Conditioning. They'll be there as soon as they can. And they'll fix every problem you have. They do an incredible job. Stevenson Air Conditioning, #1. Not even close. Don't even think about anybody else but Stevenson Air Conditioning. Patrick, what's the best way to get up for you? Turf Pro Pest Control, my yard looks so much better now. What can we do? Or the average guy out there, like Wildcat, his yard looks like a cow pasture. What can we do to
My
get
yard
you
is
out?
a cow pasture.
Well, that's right. He does live way out in the country. That's true.
Yeah, out in the country. Quit trying to do it yourself, self-medicating. Go ahead and give us a call at our local number, 850-890-5820. You can also look us up on Facebook at Turf Pro PC.
Hey, for all your real estate closing, don't forget this. South Oak Title and Closing, #1. Not even close. Chuck Tucker's done an incredible job. He's another local here. Started this business. They've expanded throughout the panhandle of Florida. All those 30A multi-million-dollar homes. Chad and I bought so much real estate down there way back in the day. All you got to do is, when you got a closing, you're going to sell something, make sure you use South Oak Title and Closing. They are #1. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Only 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida could bring sports fans like you an app this powerful. The sports content you crave is always on. Live stream us everywhere you go. Now with upgraded programming and live game schedules, you'll always know when the Atlanta Braves and your favorite games are playing. Plus, interact with our local hosts in real time and so much more. The new app for the sports fanatic is available at the Apple Store and Google Play. From 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a light breeze coming out of the north-northeast around 7 miles per hour and temps near 58. Tonight we will have clear skies and be cool at 42. Partly sunny tomorrow and a high 63. Light showers throughout the day with mostly clouds in the evening Wednesday with a temp of 60. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Ellis Agency Insurance has been serving Panama City and Bay County for years. They offer a full line of affordable insurance coverage of all types. Many people are attracted to Ellis Agency Insurance because of their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Call independent agent Johnny Ellis for a true comparison of your personal or business insurance. Ellis Agency Insurance at the Old Cullen Insurance location, 1134 Harrison Avenue, across from Dandy Donuts and Deli. Call 763-1627.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-498-6548. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-498-6548. That's 800-498-6548. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
If you got more A's on your truck than you did in high school, you might be a Bama fan. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey, Martha, Kenny, James, Jenna, all of you. We got so many Auburn fans around here. Y'all need to get down to Beef Road Braze in Lynn Haven. Get down and have a great meal. Don't forget Wednesday, 10 wings inside for $9.99. Pat, love you. You do an incredible job as City Commissioner of Lynn Haven. Appreciate everything you do. And when you're down there, head on down to David Adams and get some great jewelry. Love Rush, Amber, all those people down there. But before we get into Auburn, we've got a caller. I think he loves the Auburn Tigers. Let's bring him on right now. He has dropped the Tennessee Volunteers, is now a Auburn Tiger after watching all the eyes in the country on Auburn, Alabama. No, who's number one? We found out. Let's find out who this caller is. War Eagle.
Would you believe this man has gone as far, that's James Hale, of tearing Wallace stickers off the bumpers of cars, and he voted for George McGovern for president? That's a big lie, just like you just said.
You're right.
I like Bruce Pearl. I respect their win. But the rest didn't rob them. You're right. Alabama missed free throws. How about Tennessee taking care of Vanderbilt, coming from 16 down at home, which they should have never got that far down? Anyway, I want to talk about the Auburn Tigers, who I think it's between them and Duke. That's a little early. I'm not encouraging betting.
I think you're right.
I think it's amazing that, a couple of years ago you had San Diego State, FAU, and all these teams. They were ahead of the curve on paying 25-year-old guys that could have been in Europe or the D-League. Now, the curve has turned, the worm has turned, and it's Auburn's time, maybe. Anyway, y'all safe down there after a bad night of weather?
It wasn't as bad here as it was up in Alabama, Mississippi. How bad did it get up there where you're at?
Got pretty bad. We had one gust that I estimate, no recording, but I'm pretty good since I'm a federally trained weather observer back in the day, about 45 years ago, when I was in, where they sent all the good boys, when they sent them out to the Aleutians. I was on that trip. We had about 65-mile-per-hour wind gust, and it just wouldn't quit raining.
Yeah.
But it did finally, and now we're looking for 1 to 3 inches of snow on Wednesday.
Wow.
Which I hope they're wrong about. Yeah.
Wow.
But y'all live at the world's most beautiful beaches and should be thankful. I will say this. I think FSU did get robbed by the referees, don't you think? Clemson surely couldn't have beat them like that in Tallahassee.
I didn't see it. Pat, did you see it?
No, I did not.
I didn't see it either. Why would I watch it? Hey, Pat, I'm glad you're there with them. Tell them they need really good fertilizer on their lawns, not just triple 15. They go get it wherever.
Well, that was what we had to do to get Coach's Yard back in shape. We had to get him off of that Lowe's and Home Depot stuff.
Had to nuke him.
Yeah, you gotta go with the like the trace minerals. I like organic and everything because it's just a lawn, And if you're hopefully Bay Point's doing that too. I don't know. I'm not going to bring them into it, but yeah, treat your lawn. You got to treat your family better than your lawn, but treat your lawn pretty good because your family walks on it, your dogs and cats play on it, whatever. Anyway, looking forward to I don't know, spring football.
hey, college baseball, man. Dang, Tennessee.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Remind me, who's the national champion?
Yeah.
Who's the defending national
Tennessee
champion?
Volunteers.
Thank you. Go Vols. Y'all have a great day. Bye.
Thank you, Big Mike. Appreciate it, man. He's so good. Love that guy. Bruce Pearl's talking about, he's talking to the players for the game. He said, this is a game you're going to remember the rest of your lives. This is a big deal. You'll never forget this ball game. He's right. They should never forget it. Auburn never trailed in the basketball game. Broom, he led Auburn 19 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists. Auburn now is 7-0 in the SEC road games. Unbelievable. Jones scored 16 points. Kelly scored 15 points. But Bruce Pearl, man, he's done a great job at Tennessee. He's doing a great job. They were talking about Indiana at one time going after him. Would he ever leave Auburn? I think they're trying to get somebody else right now, but when it first opened up, they mentioned his dream job. Why would you leave Auburn? I mean, he's like a Bear Bryant at Auburn.
Let me tell you, he can get whatever he wants at Auburn.
Yeah. And his son's on the staff. Probably, maybe, who knows? He might be the next head coach here. Who knows?
Yeah.
He's got some cool stuff that he's implemented at Auburn.
Yeah.
They have a game every year where they check PSAs in the stands, and it's free. And that's with his autism, or not autism. I'm trying to remember what his something, because he had cancer or tested for it.
Now, that doesn't come with a glove, does it?
Well,
that's amazing you say that, because I did see a picture Chad bent over.
Listen to this.
Is that what you were doing?
Listen,
I did not know that. That's awesome.
Listen to this garbage.
Jamie helped him out one time. He wanted something done in the Birmingham area. And I got to be careful. He was interviewed, but he got to say what he needed to say. They started a new business, and I can't remember now what it was, but he likes my daughter. He's a good guy. I like the guy. Auburn led at halftime by 9. Alabama twice scored, and you both just talked about never phased Auburn one bit. They never trailed in the ball game, and Alabama did get with 5 within 34 seconds. Didn't matter. Auburn now is 23-2, 11-1 in the SEC. War damn Eagle. We know who the number one team in the country is. I'm kind of like Mike. I think Duke and Auburn might be the 2 best teams.
They might.
Yeah, I think it's a 4-team
They have the 2 best players.
And Alabama's not going away now.
No, I think it's a 4-team race. Auburn, Duke, and then kind of a tie between Florida and Alabama. And that'll depend when you get to the NCAA on where they're actually seated.
Sure.
In the matchups, because that's what it's really going to become.
You're right. You better keep an eye on all. Hey, Florida might surprise.
Well, and that's why you want to be. Well, Bruce Pearl last week called Florida a Final Four team. He called it, and we'll see what happens with Florida.
Well, and it's going to be, if Alabama shoots like they did against Auburn in the NCAA tournament, Sweet 16 maybe. But if they play like they did against Kentucky and some of the other teams, or Texas, they're a Final Four championship
absolutely
squad. I mean, and that's really what it goes down to. It's going to be individual matchups.
Yeah. I mean, the same thing happened. I was at the Florida-Auburn game. I mean, Auburn didn't play its best game.
Matter of fact, it's the only home loss Auburn's had. I wonder why.
Yeah. But anyway, he's saying because I went to the game.
No, I didn't say that.
I still have my VIP pass. I need to wear it more often.
I think Auburn in the NCAA is the deepest team.
They are. Their bench, you don't notice a drop-off when their bench comes on the court.
And
you really don't.
I think one of the key players that is starting to assert himself now is Chaney.
I did want to get this in there about the Auburn update. They did a fan voted on this, and the greatest college football teams of all time. I was kind of surprised. Auburn's 2010, I thought they'd be higher than this, but they did finish 6th as far as fans are concerned. Experts had them higher, but the 2010 National Championship football team finished the 16th best team in the country in the history of college football. They had an unbelievable quarterback. They had 2 best players in college football. They had Cam Newton and the big defensive tackle. I think his name just went on.
He went to Detroit.
Yeah, he was a Nick Marshall. Was it Nick? Who was the big tackle? I can't remember now. He was a stud. I mean, he knocked McElroy out of the game at the Iron Bowl. They had a great defensive player, a great offensive player, but Cam Newton came out from outer space. I want to ask you, Rob, Auburn, the way they've recruited has been unbelievable, what Hugh Freeze has done in recruiting. Transferred players coming in, great job, but nothing on the field to show for it. And that state, you got to win at Auburn. You got to win at Alabama. Auburn's had 4 losing seasons in a row. I've never in my lifetime seen that happen. He's got to win next year. I think the number is 9 to keep everybody happy, maybe 8. I'm pretty sure 9. And they should win that many, I think. I think they're going to be pretty good. But their schedule's brutal. What do you think? I mean, are you pleased with Hugh Freeze? Do you think people should be? I think he gets a pass because they've recruited so well.
Hey, they have. It does appear that they've hit the recruiting trail and are trying to stack something up over there. But hey, keep him in there. He ain't done anything yet. And let's keep it that way. Let's don't let him do nothing. I think they might win 6 games next year.
Wow. If they do, I don't think he'll be there.
He's going to be hot seat.
The thing about the only negative on him, I hear people talk about the way he throws the quarterbacks under the bus. It's never his play
did that
calling.
This season, and it didn't help him any. It backfired on him.
The kid from Mississippi, I saw some tape on him. He's the real deal. There's no doubt about that. But he's a true freshman. The kid from Oklahoma, Arnold. What happened at Oklahoma? If he's that great, what happened at Oklahoma? Do you think he's the answer quarterback, Arnold?
Well, first off, they better block for him.
That's true.
If they don't have good blocking, it's over. I mean, that's where it's where the game's fought in the trenches is where it all begins. If he can give room for these guys to operate and make some big plays, and that's where it's at.
Have you called an Auburn game?
I have.
What's it like? I mean, we played there. When I was at Southern Mississippi, played there. We go play in Birmingham, and this is before how big Tuscaloosa was. That's when their big games were played in Birmingham. Why they played us in Birmingham that one particular time, I don't know. But it wasn't that loud. I mean, it was packed out. Roll Tide at the beginning of the game was loud. They were so used to winning at Alabama, and we were nothing. We're just Southern Mississippi. So the fans weren't pumped up about it, but it got loud when they were scoring. That's about it. We went to Auburn, and it was loud. Auburn's always loud. What's it like calling a big game at Auburn?
It was, I worked mostly in the FCS level. I was a reserve official in the Sun Belt and the SEC, and I did get an opportunity to work at Auburn. They were playing Alabama A&M. It was a 62-0 game, but they were there the whole time, and it was very loud. They're very passionate fans.
They're great fans.
Talk about the hospitality that Auburn has for refs, too.
So I do, living close to Auburn, I have gone over there. I don't do it anymore, but I have gone over there, worked practices and scrimmages an awful lot. They have, out of all the places I've ever been, they have treated the officials the best.
So they're smart.
Feed you well.
People don't remember what you say. They remember what you do, how you treat. People remember kindness. You always remember who's been kind to you. I'm kind to officials, too.
I'll tell this little story. One spring, I was over at Auburn. Gus Malzahn was there. Gus Malzahn did not allow any cussing at practices. He wanted his family to be able to come out to a practice and not hear all that garbage. So we go over to Auburn. I worked there on a Friday afternoon. Man, it is clean and fun, and they feed you. They took us into the cafeteria and gave us anything we wanted to eat. I got up Saturday morning and drove to Florida State. Jimbo was there, and it was like going to hell. I mean, it was that guy had the filthiest mouth and just treated. We got a bottle of water at FSU.
You ever heard Kirby?
I have heard Kirby. I ain't Coach Saban.
Yeah,
he's got a couple of good Coach Saban stories.
We're going to hear. We're going to definitely listen to this when we get back. Yeah, we're getting this officiating now when we get back here. Let's talk about some of our great people, man. We got so many of them. Paparazzi Pizza, Max Fit Sports Nutrition, and Dr. Ward. Listen to him every Wednesday, 7:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Hey, 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. It can be deadly. Even the legendary Chad Mitchell went and saw Dr. Ward. That's how good Ward is. That's how smart Mitchell is. If it doesn't feel right, doesn't look right, don't put it off. Go get checked out. 5 minutes can save your life. The guy's incredible. Also, Chad, what's the best way to get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or RobotMD.
And after Chad gets through with you, head on down to historical downtown Panama City. The local 115. It's an Oysters sports theme bar. It's pretty cool. Oysters, crab cakes, steamed seafood, gumbo soup, salads, wings, ice cold beer. They even got the Tommy Oliver draft beer. And you're right. It's whatever they tell you it costs at the beginning, it's what it costs at the end. You can't beat that. Get it, and you would think you love it. The local 115. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest. I got Rob. We're going to ask Rob a question. As far as you know. Be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the ESPN Northwest Florida Hall & Hearts Magic Express.
Hey, Sean, you just won the Hall & Hearts Magic Express to see the Orlando Magic play at the Kia Center.
Oh, my goodness.
You're riding the Magic Express for the ultimate road trip.
I'm in shock right now.
Sponsored by PCB Hobby, Panama City Toyota, Hall & Hearts, and Fairfield Hampton Inn on Thomas, and Home 2 Suites. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Bringing the world's #1 auto brand is a lot of fun. Camrys and Tacomas, Land Cruisers and Grand Highlanders. Toyotas are just built to be better.
And that's exactly how we built Panama City Toyota, to give you a better experience.
Where your needs always come first. Where you can relax with a great cup of coffee or browse the Heritage Collection. Or we help you add the perfect vehicle to your collection. Come see us today at Panama City Toyota.
Do you want to eat like a local? The Local 115 is now open. Local drinks, local sports, and local food. Delicious oysters, crab cakes, steamed seafood, gumbos, salads, paninis, wings, wine, and cold beer. Nothing fried. That's right. No fried foods at Local 115. Amazing local food with an exciting local sports and mural theme. Eat like a local at the Local 115. 115 Harrison Avenue, downtown Panama City.
In February, we celebrate Valentine's Day and President's Day. And with the warmer weather, could spring be far behind? That boot store will help you celebrate any time of the year with one of the widest selections of Western wear in the area. That boot store can fit the smallest to the largest, so bring the family and dress up Western style at an affordable price. Carhartt work clothes are available too. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 9 till 5. Friday and Saturday, 9 till 5:30. Next to Bill Burr Kia 15th Street, Panama City. That boot store where God is good all the time.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michaels studio.
They got something that money couldn't buy.
I was noticing when you come down the stairs that you've got pretty legs.
All right, I'll tell you a story without a happy ending. Y'all following this?
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Jamie Pickett. Good man. He just said that anyone in the SEC can win it all. Go Kentucky.
Thank you. You know, I'm glad you said that because today is National Kindness Day.
Well, thank you.
National Acts of Kindness Day.
Yeah.
Today. So you got to be nice to me and my Kentucky Wildcats.
I will. And God bless you.
Jamie said that because he's from up there.
Yeah, Jamie is Kentucky, yeah. Anyway. All right, let's get back with Rob. I was going to, you know what? I was going to say something I didn't because it's Kindness Day. Rob, talk about some of these SEC coaches. You know, difficult to run a call a practice, a scrimmage, a game. Let's talk about Nick Saban. You got any Nick Saban stories? Anything? How did he treat you?
I'll tell you just maybe one or two Nick Saban stories. So several years ago, we were over in the spring working at Alabama, and they've changed the fair catch rule for the kickoff. And so Alabama's practicing that, and they kick the ball deep, and somebody gives a fair catch signal. You know, if they catch it, they get the ball inside the 25-yard line. Well, the person who gave the signal is not the person who caught it. And so we put the ball down on the 3-yard line because that's where he caught the ball, and that's where they got it. That was the rule. Saban didn't understand that rule, and so when we did that, he lost his mind. And he cussed me out. What the heck are you doing? We get the 25-yard line. I said, no, you don't get the 25-yard line. And he made us put on 25-yard line anyway, so he got his way, but he didn't understand the rule. Hey, they threw a deep ball, and I don't know if anybody remembers Patrick Surtain.
I do. Yeah, great player.
I think he went on and played at Denver Broncos, maybe?
Yes.
He's also a DB coach at Florida State.
Is he really?
Yes.
Wow. His dad is.
Yeah, his dad is.
His dad is. So he goes to break up a pass and gets hit in the crotch. And he's rolling around on the ground, hollering like a baby. I think he might have been a sophomore this year, and Saban comes running down there wanting to know what's going on. And, you know, why in the world are you crying like this? Them things can't be but this big.
I love it. Unbelievable. Did he ever admit that he was wrong about the?
No, he just didn't understand.
Wow.
He figured it out.
Did you know that guy, the real old guy that did Coach Bryant's practice?
Eddie Conyers.
Yeah.
The legendary Eddie Conyers.
Did you work with him?
I absolutely.
Oh, my God.
Got a real close relationship with
He's
Eddie.
still alive, isn't he?
He's still alive. 97 years old.
Wow.
Still goes to practice every day.
Would that particular time, was he with you when Saban went nuts?
Yeah, he actually. Is that a pun? He's actually the one that Saban really cussed Eddie out. And so Eddie, in a break, came up to me and said, "Rob, man, what in the world did y'all do down there?" I said, "Well, Eddie, we had a change in the rules. And well, can you please explain it to me? Because I don't know what I'm doing."
All right, what about Kirby? Is Kirby calmed down at all? Is he still?
Kirby is high strung. Man, he gets that microphone in the stadium during practice and will not stop. He just talks the entire time. Don't talk, he screams the entire time.
It's intense. He is an intense man.
Very distracting.
Wow. Well, you talking about Jimbo. Did y'all know Jimbo very close? To just do the games?
No.
Was he very personable?
No, not really.
Yeah.
No, most of those officials, coaches are standoff with the officials. They'll come up and talk to you before practice and then scream at you during practice. So they don't ever want to get in there and get close to you at all.
Did you ever get to meet Coach Stallings?
I never met Coach Stallings in person.
Yeah, that's a great man.
What about Bobby Bowden?
Never met him in person.
So he came up later. Bobby.
Did you cover some when Bobby was still there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No.
that was before. Yeah,
And Spurrier is already done by the time you got up there, right? SEC. Yeah. Well, go back to the game. Some of the places you've called games. Where's some of the big, loudest stadiums you've been in? Where's kind of something crazy happened?
So, man, I've had an opportunity to work at LSU. That's a pretty loud place. It was a night game. It lived up to it for about a quarter and a half until all those people got tired of watching that Louisiana Monroe team get blown out. But that was a fun one. I caught a game in Montana at Montana State.
Did you really?
That was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Very, very loud. Very passionate fans. It was a fun environment.
Was it indoor stadium?
No, it was outdoors.
Wow.
Yeah, so imagine outdoors.
Did y'all fly out on Friday to get there?
We had to go out there on Thursday.
That's what I'm about to say.
We flew out on Thursday evening to get to all the festivities around that game.
Y'all get paid by the mileage?
70 cents a mile.
Wow. I'd be wanting to do. I'd want to
70
do
cents an hour.
Can we call some Oregon games?
No.
What's the biggest game you called? For you?
Probably that Montana State game.
For real?
Yeah, it was a FCS playoff game, and that was probably the biggest environment I've ever been in.
Wow. So when you did Georgia's practices and stuff like that, did you ever do practice indoor? That indoor facility, or was it all in the stadium?
All the ones I went to were in the stadium.
And he had the mic on, throughout the whole stadium. Yeah, I seen him do it. I saw film. I hadn't been over there since he'd been over there, but he does that same thing in the indoor facility. And that guy is intense. I don't think he'll ever change the way he coaches, which is great. He's old-fashioned. He's going to get in their face. He's going to make them work extremely hard. That might one day screw him up a little bit, because we know now the player has all the power right now.
Yeah, it doesn't translate over to NFL style.
Yeah. Except you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, all their great players played for him at Georgia, that defensive front.
Well, yeah, but
you want to be a great player, you want to be developed, you go play for Kirby Smart. I think he's a great coach. Did you ever get to Jeremy Pruitt?
I think I did see Jeremy at Alabama when he was at Alabama.
Yeah.
As a defensive coordinator.
Yeah. All right. How much time we got? Oh, okay, good. We got a minute. Chad, ask a question. I'm doing all the talking. You go ahead and you ask him.
Gosh, I thought we've asked a bunch.
I know.
Just put me on the spot. Talk about the debrief after each game. I mean, what y'all go through, because I think a lot of people don't understand that. There's a bad call during the game, whatever, that y'all actually get demerits for that, so to speak.
So we're graded on every single play. And usually there's multiple people that grade our film, but as soon as a game is over and they cart us off in the van, we get back to the hotel, we have to go into a post-game meeting that usually lasts about an hour and a half, where we are self-evaluating ourselves. We have to
and sometimes that goes in like 1 a.m. Sometimes if it's a late game, right?
Yes. We have to do that before we shower or get anything to eat, and so we have to we have to fill out an individual file report, is what they call an IFR. But so I have to fill out a report that lists every call that I made and give a description of it, and then I have to put in some comments at the bottom of anything that I evaluated that I didn't throw a flag on and why I chose not to.
Wow. I'm going to ask you a real question. We got to take a break. But we all know the scandal at Michigan. The cheating that went on.
There you go.
As you call a game, and I saw the video where the entire Michigan defense would turn and look at the sidelines as their coaches were yelling what Ohio State's getting ready to do. As an official, could officials tell, hey, something's not right? Are y'all so involved in
what you're doing? We're so involved in the game and what our responsibilities are. Yeah. We have no governing over that anyways.
Yeah. Well, I got some more officiating questions when we get back. I just wanted to bring up that. Why I brought up the Michigan thing, I don't know. I just love to.
You're rotten.
Anyway,
National, be nice to somebody.
Oh, that's right. I tell you, Michigan. I tell you what, Michigan owns Alabama. Alabama cannot beat Michigan. Michigan's a powerhouse, as far as you know. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. The legend right here, two of them. Pat's here. Does a great job, Turpo Pest Control. Patrick, what's the best way to get up with you?
Call us on our local number, 850-890-5820, or look us up on Facebook at Turf Pro PC. Get your spring fertilizer out coming this next month, and right now it's about weeds and getting your household pests.
You know, talking about great people, Pat Perno does an unbelievable job as city commissioner of Lynn Haven. Does a great job. He even does a better job, Beefro Braves in Lynn Haven. They treat you like family. You talking about wanting to go there, wanting to be around those people. Every time you walk in, they got a smile on their face. They truly treat you outstanding there. The food's great. Never had a bad meal there. Go check it out. TV's everywhere. Beefro Brothers in Lynn Haven. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. If you want to call us and ask Rob a question about officiating, can they be paid off? Millions of dollars on betting, college, NFL. I've seen some wild calls.
I've seen some white envelopes.
We'll get into that when we get back right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Be right back.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
Up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Winter Storm Enzo.
And breaking weather as it happens.
Hurricane Helene.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
Rely on it.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a light breeze coming out of the north-northeast around 7 miles per hour and temps near 58. Tonight we will have clear skies and be cool at 42. Partly sunny tomorrow and a high 63. Light showers throughout the day with mostly clouds in the evening Wednesday with a temp of 60. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hewitt Tire and Auto. Call 850-769-7323. Your certified AAA service center and hometown towing. Visit them online at HewittTire.com. On Airport Road in Panama City. 850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and hometown towing.
Need a tow? Call Billy at Hometown Towing, 850-265-1562.
Bringing you the world's #1 auto brand is a lot of fun. Camrys and Tacomas, Land Cruisers and Grand Highlanders. Toyotas are just built to be better.
And that's exactly how we built Panama City Toyota, to give you a better experience.
Where your needs always come first. Where you can relax with a great cup of coffee or browse the Heritage Collection. Or we help you add the perfect vehicle to your collection. Come see us today at Panama City Toyota.
He doesn't always go the extra mile. But when he does, it's because he missed the exit. It's the Coach James Hale Show. Live and local inside the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Chad can dance. I hope you're on Facebook right now. That sucker can dance like John Travolta. You ever see that movie, Urban Cowboy? That was
there
Chad.
He goes again.
That was Chad's story.
I got that on YouTube, Chad.
I'm sure you do.
He's got that half beat going on.
Are y'all too old or too young to remember that movie, Urban Cowboy? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I like that movie. I thought it was outstanding. I liked the music. I liked everything about it. We got a caller?
Yes, you do.
Good morning, sir.
Go Blue Trucks here. It's Urban Tony's back Tyndall. Anyway, you got to bring Michigan in, right? You can't accept that Michigan owns Alabama. Michigan owns Purdue. Michigan owns the Buckeyes. Michigan owns everybody, and they own Minnesota in hockey. And speaking of hockey, hey, listen here, Canucks down here. Don't boo our national anthem, because you'll see what'll happen. Like a Chuck Boys will beat the living crap out of you, and we'll beat you in your barn, in your backyard, in Montreal at the Bell Center, and we're in the championship game of the Four Nations Cup in hockey, eh?
You got issues. You got issues, Eddie.
No, I don't. I'm just fired up. You blew our national anthem because it's your stupid leader, Trudeau's a moron. It's going to be our 51st state anyway. Our 52nd with Greenland. Go ahead.
No, we don't even want them as a 52nd state.
No, we don't. That is the truth, isn't it?
No, I do want them. I want them. I think it'd be fun. Well, I want what Trump wants. What Trump says, I go with.
Fun fact.
I'd rather have Greenland. I'd rather have Greenland than Canada.
Yeah.
Greenland is actually full of ice, where Iceland is green. It's a misnomer how they named them.
Yes.
I'm a geography major, right?
Would their football team be the Fighting Ice Packs?
Could be.
I like
I bet they beat Michigan.
Hey, Coach. Hey, what kind of excuses are you going to make this year for Ohio State losing to Michigan? You going to blame Connor Stallions since you're such a Buckeye lover, Homer?
Hey, the other day was the 14th was Woody Hayes' birthday. You believe that? I love Woody Hayes. I love Bo Schembechler too. I'll be honest with you.
I love Bo Schembechler better.
No, I loved them both. I really did. I thought they were both.
I like
great
Bear
coaches.
Bryant better than both of those.
Well, that's true, but Woody was something else, man. My dad liked Woody Hayes. I think everybody
my dad liked Woody Hayes
I think
too.
Woody Hayes
He's a
was
good
a
coach.
legend.
Yeah,
that's three of the big time legends right there, in my opinion. What do you think, Rob? Overall, Bear Bryant's still the biggest to me, even bigger than Saban.
He's a legend.
Yeah, I think he's bigger than Saban. I do. I like the way he treated people. He was special. Hey, Bo was that way. Bo treated people pretty good, didn't he, Michigan Eddie?
He called like he saw it. The team.
Yeah, that's why I love that. Yeah.
Remember when he fired Bill Frieder before the term in '89 and said a Michigan man's going to coach Michigan, not a guy that bolted for.
I agree with that.
San Diego State. He pulled for Arizona State. Basketball. And then Steve Fisher won the title.
Yeah.
He made a run.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I saw a thing out there, too. He had a ruler, and they showed him walk around practice, and one of the linemen wasn't lined up at the right distance. He took that ruler, packed it, and knocked the crap of that guy with it. But those kids loved him, man. They responded to him. His wife had I loved his book, everything about that guy. I can't say enough good things about him. Bear Bryant loved Woody Hayes. Loved Bo. He loved Bo.
Well, Bo was did his eulogy and went down to see him before he passed away. They were best of friends off the field and mentors.
Coach Bryant was coaching at East-West All-Star game, and Bo was the offensive coordinator. And they said, Bo said, hell, we'd run practice, have meetings, and sooner or later Coach Bryant would come rolling up in there. He just got through playing golf. He said, we're doing all the work. But Gilliam, or one of the quarterbacks, was smoking in the meeting. And Bo goes, I can't say the word Bo told Bear. I said, I ain't coaching no blankety blank, the smoking in there. Said Coach Bryant walked in, everybody stood up straight. And he said, I don't care what you do back at your school or whatever else, but when you're here, you're going to do the right thing. Now, Gilliam, sit up straight and do it. It was, anyway, there were some great stories about Bo and Woody. They won that game. And they had brought some steaks in for the winners and stuff. Coach Bryant goes, I ain't eating that something. He had flown in some porterhouses from Alabama, and Bo's telling the story. And he said, I've never seen bigger steaks in my life. And he said, they were great. So we sat there all night, me, Coach Bryant, and Tubby. He was a wing tee guy from Delaware State, the head coach. That was them three. He said, man, for a young coach to spend time with Coach Bryant like that was priceless. It was unbelievable. So I've always been a big. Hey, Michigan, let me ask you this: what seriously? Now I'm not giving you a hard time because I hear things. I hear things.
No, you'll just stand Deanna up at Jay Michaels. Just say it. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I will. I will. Listen, seriously.
Alligator arms.
Yeah, I ain't paying all that. Maybe him, but he brought the whole family.
And we still went to David Adamson Jewelry to support you.
Thank God. Hey, but seriously, are they going to do anything at all with this cheating scandal? I'm not being ugly because I keep hearing from two other guys that you know that something's going to happen to them. What are you hearing?
Yeah, the Sourpuss brothers. Nothing's going to happen. Look at our recruiting class. Nothing's going to happen. And you want to know something? Everybody is even if they did try to steal signs or whatever, everybody does it in college football. My buddy who played pro football and college football has admitted there's people stake out all throughout every stadium trying to steal signs and all that. It's been going on for years. It was much ado about nothing. The 4 letters was crockett crap, fake news bull, and Trump needs to take care of that too. And you guys just can't handle the truth.
Trump's going to get on that tomorrow, man. That's crazy.
I even listened to Aaron Rodgers. You know, so one of these stories on him. They're talking to him, and when he was the backup to Favre, he was stealing defensive signals and would tell Favre, "Hey, watch out for this on this play.
Yeah.
If there's a timeout or whatever." Yeah. And he was yelling things over. So he was their guy stealing signs. Everybody talks about it. Rodgers admitted to it.
All right.
That's why you don't hear any coaches really complain about except Purdue, which stinks anyway, and Ohio State, because they can't beat us, and all that. That's why it's cricket. Because everybody does it if it's right. Legit or not.
I'm going to ask two people this question.
What they say in NASCAR, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And by the way, Daytona was awesome yesterday, by the way.
Miss Getty, do you think all the money is bet on NFL games, college games? Do you think someone will make a call, and everybody's going nuts about the Kansas City always getting the calls? Do you think that's possible for something like that to go on? We got a professional ref right here. I'm going to ask him after you. Do you think that kind of stuff might go on, or does it go on?
We're all human, right? There's only one perfect man that was on this earth, right?
Thank you.
And he died on the cross for our sins, right?
Yeah.
So, and the NBA ref proved that, right? So we're all fallible.
Okay.
Right.
Rob, what say you?
It could happen, but some calls are very suspect.
2 hour show, Rob. This guy thinks it's a 4 hour show.
Well, it's my show. I'm talking. My segment.
Rob, sir, you call games. Have you ever thought something's fishy, something's not right?
I've never been in a situation where I felt like anybody that I was working with was doing that. Eddie's right, though. Everybody's human, and I can't say that for certain that it doesn't happen, but I know that it's monitored very, very deeply in the NCAA level. Every official.
NFL, same thing.
Don't have a whole lot of experience within the NFL, but I do know they monitor us at the NCAA level.
All right, we got about a minute. Hey, Michigan, please.
Hey, can I give a shout real quick?
Yeah, hurry up. I want to talk to you after the show, okay? Will you call me in about 5 minutes?
Well, I got to say something quick. I just got to say congratulations to Luke Elmore. He's a Mosley grad. He's a sophomore at the Air Force Academy. They went down to Gainesville and played Florida, even though they lost 3 games in Gainesville. He had good from the plate and all that. And now they're playing Vandy tonight and tomorrow, and hopefully someone will drive me up there so we can go watch them play and all that.
Hey, call me in about.
Congratulations, Luke.
Call me in about 10 minutes. We would. Rob, thanks so much, Pat.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Next Friday, Monday.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, we're out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents the most college basketball.
Three-pointer, puts it in. College basketball is back.
The Panhandle's destination for live play-by-play.